Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a series that I'm going to start, which is called Paint and Talk, because I like to paint and I like to talk. So what's better way to give y'all some entertainment while talking, while painting? So I'm gonna post a picture of what I am trying to draw. Now, originally I was going to draw it and talk to you guys, but I tried that out and I was not focused on the drawing, so it kind of just was too much. I couldn't really multitask in that way. So I've already drawn what I was making. Don't judge me. I know she look like she high, cross-eyed and all that, but like since I was really trying to make this video, so I kind of just rushed it, and we're gonna see how it come out when I paint it though. Give my painting some hope. So anyway, what we're gonna talk about is relationships and like how things are like started with relationships. Because some people tend to feel like their type is, I don't know, or people it's a lot that goes into relationships people don't understand. And so I'm here to try to help you understand. And then like little aspects of stuff, like why people are insecure and stuff like that. So first off, wait, I'm gonna be using this to mix my paint, so don't be trying to judge me because you in my business. Don't do that. When you grow, when you get older, when you grow, like when you're like younger or whatever, you start seeing what beauty is, but from other people's point of view. So whatever people say, oh, this is pretty, or she's pretty, or he's cute, or like the video people, the video girls that you see and all of that, that played a part in your childhood of who you thought was cute. So a lot of people who are like darker complexion will always say, you know, like there was never no darker video girls. There was always light skin or just a different race, nationality. And like it was true, like we don't really see as many girls like that. So of course a lot of us browner, darker skinned girls gonna not think they were beautiful because we've seen men glorify the lighter complexion. And so that's kind of basically pretty much how we create our type. It's really when we're young and who our cousins be like, this is cute, she fine, this, that, and third, he cute, girl, or you know, that's what we define our beauty as. Like what it's not beauty, but when we define what is pretty to us. But it really don't be your pretty, it just be pretty that you realize other people say it was pretty. This is why I always say you have to define your own beauty, because your beauty, like we grow up and we start thinking like what people have put imprinted in our minds is who we are. But you have to realize that no, you are your surroundings. You became who you are because of the people you hung around with. Not because of, oh, I think I missed it. Almost, not quite there. Not because of this is your opinion. Like, no, a lot of us don't think with our own brain, because when you are trained when you're younger to like doing the same thing over and over again, or like when it's imprinted in your mind, like it's harder to get it out because your subconsciously is going to start doing it. You're going to subconsciously start liking certain girls. And you're not even gonna know. A lot of times we don't know a lot of the stuff we do because we're not like paying attention to what we do. We are just living subconsciously. That's why when you brush your teeth, you don't even be thinking about brushing your teeth. You brush your teeth, you think about the next day, or you think about what you're gonna do today, because you're not living in the moment. You're not really here. We are always focused on the next moment, and we have to start like trying to live in the moment, because then when we look back on our time, like, oh, time went by fast. Yeah, time went by fast because you kept thinking about the next day. Get it together. But anyway, so now that let's say a boy got his mind up with what girl he gonna talk to, right? And then you do have the people who say, looks don't mean nothing, blah, 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 blah. Personality, which is, in all honesty, yes, that is the truth. But don't act like you want to just date anything. Not saying, like, because everybody's pretty in their own ways, right? But what somebody else thinks is pretty might not be pretty to you. So you might not think this person cute. And where am I going with this? You might not think she's pretty, but I don't know, because I was talking about people who say it's our personality. I mean, it is basically just your personality what we need to look at. But what I was saying was, you want to be proud to be dating this person. You don't want to be like trying to go out at nighttime because how that person look or whatever the case may be. In all honesty, when people do that, that just means they have a lower self-esteem, and that they don't think, or they worried about what other people think is cute to them, or what other people would say if they seen this person with this person. And it don't really matter, because that means you need to get away anyway, honey. Go, because but that's also what makes insecurities and stuff when people do all of this. But it's all just kind of natural in a way, because since we don't know that we're basically being trained how to think and talk and like and all this, it's like, what do you expect? Like, that's what I was raised up on. And I know a lot of people be like, well, when you get older, you need to not feel like everything is based on how you grew up and stuff like that. But it's like, until people realize that they're not who they are, they're just who they're surrounded by, like, they're going to keep acting their ways. And you can't force somebody to start realizing that what they like and what they do isn't right. Like, we all have our own times when we do that. And you just gotta go with the flow, or you just leave them. It's why a lot of girls this is why, I was gonna say this is why a lot of girls don't date younger boys, but in general, this is why you just gotta leave. Like, if you see that this person not mentally where you are trying to be, then just don't be with that person. Like, don't try to be a teacher and try to change that person. Well, like, you can be a teacher to people. Like, put the word out. Like, I'm fine with that. But, like, don't be getting upset if this person still reverts back to the old self, because it takes time to really change yourself. Like, for real. Like, it takes time, because you are programmed in this way for years. Like, you've been doing what you've been doing since you was, what, 1, 2? Like, you've been young. You've been programmed at a young age. So you don't think one day of learning something gonna make you a new person. Like, thought-wise, you'll be, like, changed. Like, oh, I didn't think about this way. But in reality, you still probably won't revert back just because you haven't practiced it that much. But back to relationships, right? So, y'all get in a relationship, and then y'all somehow break up, and now you heartbroken. So what happened is you heartbroken because that person made you feel ways, right? Made you feel good and all this other stuff, and treated you with respect or however, like, whatever it is, because how we all define beauty, like I said, how we all define the characteristic of a person that we want is also based on what we've seen. This is why some people might stay in domestic violence relationship, because they start getting programmed that they think that this means that this person loves me or whatever. And then I know a lot of times the outsiders want to say, well, I would have been left, and stuff like this. But it's like, you don't have their brain. You're not in their mind. Like, when I tell you your mind is very important, like, you don't know how, like, your mind is very important in your life. Don't think that you just got a mind and thoughts just come and that's it. Like, no. How you live your life is based on all these programs and how you was taught and how you was treated in your life. And, like, people telling you stuff that can brainwash you to make you think that can mean love, when in reality it don't. So then you get your heartbreaker, right? You get your heart broke. You start reminiscing about the old days and all this other stuff and getting sad and sad. Like, okay, one thing I know for sure is being, like, I didn't know this at first, but I didn't know that people can basically die from, like, their heart being broke. or they, I mean, I know they can think suicidal, but like because of your heart, like you ain't. Me trying to pay and talk is probably the worst idea I did, because I want to get y'all, I want to get a conversation my whole attention, but it's also kind of hard because I'm trying to focus on making sure I'm making these lines straight. Let me just stop for a second. Basically, when you break up, basically when you with this person is like making you happy in so many ways, which releases dopamine. If you feel happy and you start liking how that feel, and you continue to feel like those, it just continue to come. Like your body is a program. Like it start making you want that. So when you break up with somebody and you not like, you made them your world, because you know a lot of times women make men their world, and men can do the same. They can just be focused on each other to where they done lost their own identity, and now that they feel like, now that they're together, like they do everything together, and you become one in like a bad way. And so when y'all break up, it's like you don't know what to do no more, because you make this person your all. Hey, you made this person your all. So now you have to get your mind together, because now you thinking like you ain't nothing, and you bored, and you probably thinking that boy or that girl out here messing with somebody else. Let me tell you this right here. If you break with somebody and you was in love and they was in love and they go get another girlfriend, boyfriend, don't think that they living happily. Even if they posting happy and stuff like that, the internal, but we ain't gonna show that. It's like on Instagram, people always show their ups and they never show their downs. You think they finna post out their feelings? No, they finna, like a lot of people, like what we don't understand is we know how to suppress our feelings and then like deal with them when we on our own. Like when we alone, I deal with them, but like when we alone, just know when you alone, it ain't no, when you ain't got your game system, you ain't got your home girls, and you in your bed alone, just laying down trying to go to sleep, them thoughts won't come up. And it's natural, because our thoughts just, it's like just a generator, and whatever you allow to keep thinking about, it's going to come back. It's going, because like you're thinking about it, and your body probably thinking that you like this, like, because you always thinking about it. This is why you attract what you are, because your body don't be knowing. Like it's a lot of stuff deep down that's like deal with your body and how it operates that we don't know, that we ain't taught. But anyway, when you lay down at night, like you gonna, that person, that boy, that girl gonna think about you. They gonna do this, that, and the third. I don't know what all they gonna do, because a lot of times people try to not deal with how they feel, and that's the worst, because it's gonna keep coming up. Like, okay, you wanna try to act like ain't nothing happened, alright. When you least expect it, it's gonna hit you. Or when you listen to a song, it's gonna hit you. Oh man, I remember me and her used to listen to this song and this, that, and the third. Like, so what I'm saying is, because like you have to really be cautious of who you give your heart to. Because when you give your heart out and you submit to a man, or you allow the girl to like become one with you without you having your own personality, like when you're in a relationship, have time together, but don't leave your friends to hang out with your boyfriend. Like, it's your boyfriend, you see him any day. Hang out with your friends, go get your nails done, do all of that. Have time alone. And that's for boys too. Have time for alone, just so you can still remind yourself of who you are. You are a human. You ain't that. You ain't him. Like, be good. You feel me? Like, I really kind of forgot the gist of me talking about this to y'all. See, this is what happens when you paint. I would just say that to cap this is to know that you can become toxic, and a person can become toxic to you, and what make that person sad, what makes that person mad and angry, all of that is a part of that person. And a lot of times we don't have those conversations with each other of what triggers you and what do you need to help on in your life. I always want to say this right here: be the love you seek to find, because you can't be out here wanting this and that. You want him to be tall, you want him to have his own house, and you want him to be no kids, and all this and the third. And then you be out here with kids, and you living under your mama roof. Like, what? How you want somebody and you ain't doing that yourself? Be the love you seek, you find. You be the love you seek to find. And to me, that it was a quote. That's a quote. And to me, that represents for me, be that character that you want to receive. Like, if you want a loving, compassionate person, be loving and compassionate. If you want a man who wants to sit down and listen to you, listen to them. Like, you have to be a mirror of what you want, because like I said, you attract what you are. So if you feel like you out here attracting all these little bad boys, these hood dudes, that's because you like that. Like, it's something in you that liked that at a point in time, or something to the point where, and you entertaining them, and to the point where they gonna keep coming to you. I mean, you my house, you could, I mean, that don't mean you gonna always have bad boys coming to you, but it's really, okay, I can't really get my thoughts together, y'all. I'm going everywhere. I'm everywhere with this video. Hopefully y'all with me. But to say this, which I just said, but to cap this off, and I'm still talking, because I'm trying to get the overall what I'm trying to say, which is just like, love yourself first. Like, to love yourself is to know what triggers you, to know what you need to work on in your life, to look yourself in the mirror and be completely honest with yourself. A lot of times we don't want to be honest because we don't want to see ourselves as that person, or we don't even like, we don't like the thought of me, like you being that person. No, cut all it out, look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself what you are and how you need to work on being a better woman or man, and then start working on it. Start reading books, or just like talking to God, however way you wanna, you know, work on that, and just work on it. And then that man or that woman will end up coming to you, because when you heal and you love yourself, somebody gonna come up who healed and love themselves, and they gonna come to you, and it's gonna be magic. But like, when you don't heal yourself and you jump into a relationship and you already hurt and stuff like that, better believe, like, that boy that you think who happy now or whatever, they might not even be in a good relationship. It might be toxic, because first off, he's stealing here from you, and he just moving on because he don't want to feel he or she don't want to like feel those emotions. Because when I tell you, like, being heartbroken and having your heart feel those ways isn't nice. It isn't a good feeling, and you will do anything to suppress those feelings. Like, it's like this is why people drink and smoke and party, because it removes them from where they was thinking about how they look at themselves. Because we can also be a huge critic on ourselves when it comes to us feeling like we are a bad person, or we're, you know, toxic, or we're not doing it right. I think I am. So always remember to love yourself first, and then go out here and try to love another. Or not try to love, but love another. But it also has to be co-love. Like, don't be a person out here giving 100, giving 90, and the other person out here is giving like 10% to the relationship, because you doing too much then. It's a relationship, boo. You know what I'm saying? Stop. People, we need to stop trying to glorify being in a relationship. Like, be alone. Like, I don't understand why we all can't just be alone. Like, why do we be feeling like we gotta be in a relationship to complete the cap of happiness? Like, why can't, like when I say love yourself and be happy with yourself, like, really be happy with yourself. Like, have a ball with yourself. Like, have fun with yourself. Because as of now, like, so the society always feel like if you got the house and you got the apartment and you got the this, that, and the third, the next thing you need is a relationship. Like, or maybe you need to heal those things that you ain't healed. You might have accomplished a lot, you know, congratulations, but you can also grow within yourself. Don't think that, I mean, I know there are women who want a man who got this, that, and the third. But let me tell you, the most attractive thing is a man who know who he are and what he want. But versus a man who got everything, right? Physically, in the physical world, but in the mental and the emotional world, like he ain't there yet. Like, come on now. Don't do that to me. But we all have time to grow and stuff. We all have time to figure out ourselves, because it takes time. Like I said 1,000 times, we've been taught this at a younger age, and now once we got into ourselves, we realized you don't want to be that person no more, or you want to be better in life. So I'm always an advocate for self-love and growing, because like we base too much on this physical world of like materialistic stuff than just healing ourselves and loving ourselves. And I don't like that. I don't like that right there. But I mean, I had to find all this information out by myself, because I got my feelings hurt before, and I went to God, and I just started like, if that's a story time in itself, and if y'all want to know that story time of how I became who I am today, because baby, that's a story time, then let me know in the comments. I really hope this video was very helpful and that y'all didn't click off, because like, I mean, the way I had this video set up in my mind, it was gonna be fire, but I guess because me trying to paint and talk, it just ended differently than what I expected. But that's fine, because I mean, I'm gonna do some more paint and talks, and hopefully those other ones will be greater than this one. And probably nobody will even watch this one, because yeah, I don't be wanting to watch my little relationship talks. I don't know why. Y'all need the advice. Why not? Why not, honey? Why not? But let's just talk about something else. So, what y'all want to talk about? Let's think. Don't let the world. Okay, well, let's get this up. So I've been reading this book called Power versus Force, which is right here. And one of the things that highlighted for me was that a lot of times we be wanting motivation for stuff, and basically what you're saying is you want meaning to whatever you're doing. So if you don't have motivation to whatever you're doing in life, you're basically asking, like, you're basically confused on like what gives you meaning. Dang, I didn't know I did that. What gives you meaning in whatever you're doing? Because for me, I wanted to learn. I wanted to know what I wanted to do in my life. Like what career it is. What am I trying to seek out of life? Because of course, yes, I want like a nice house and you know, a nice little patio view, this, that, and the third. But that ain't really what life is about. Like what makes me happy? Like what makes me want to get up and be, what gives me my meaning to life, basically. And so I have been trying to find it like for the longest, because like I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy, like, cause I know for a fact that if I can get all that stuff I named, and I can still feel empty, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to feel empty. Even in relationships, you can be in a relationship and still feel empty. And then let's think about that. You put a whole person, that person is feeling empty, and like and you just there, and you like, they don't even feel right. Like, dang, like Am I not helping you in your life? Because you feeling empty. Even though stuff like that is why relationships are work. Because now, if you are that partner of a person who would feel empty, like, now you are going to, you know, try to help uplift them and stuff. But a lot of times, some things have to be dealt with alone, because maybe it's something deeper that he never expressed. Maybe he want to try something now, but he think that his family, or maybe even you, gonna think that that's not a career and it's nothing and it's trash. It might not get y'all no money. And so he has to deal with that type of insecurity, because a lot of times us women and men, we gotta put other people's problems on ourselves, and then next thing you know, you talking about, I'm trying to make you happy. It's like, excuse me, like, this is why you have to make yourself happy, and you have to learn how to take time out to just be yourself and love yourself and like yourself. Because you don't want to be nobody else's responsibility. Even if somebody is trying to help you out, like, that's cool and all, but don't nobody know how to help you like you. Like, your body knows a lot. Like, your body knows how to help you. It's like, I personally feel like you don't need medicine, because I feel like your body knows how to heal. If you eat right and you do the right stuff, your body naturally knows how to heal itself. Like, I feel like God gave us, you know, a lot of stuff that we don't even be aware of, that our body can do and have, because we're not taught of that. And so that's why the cycles of curses and stuff happen, because nobody became aware of things, or nobody read those books. Because a lot of information are in books, but nobody be wanting to read. Just like this my little quote I made. If I gave you the book to success, you gonna ask me what chapter. Like, if I give you the principles that you need, and you still needing like help and guidance, and not help and guidance, but like, I'm trying to think of it. Basically, if I can't explain it in another way. I don't know how to explain it a different way, but basically like it is. If I give you some stuff and you still needing, like, you still acting like you ain't got what I gave you, like these books, if somebody gave you some books and they told you this is gonna teach you how to be something, some people don't read them, some people not, because they like, it's too many books, it's too thick, or I don't understand it and stuff like that, which is that one is understandable if you can't understand it. But hold on, it's a piece of hair on me. But my overall is that we always be wanting the blueprint. Like, we want the blueprint, but we don't want to take the time out to understand it, or to like do our own research, our own homework. Like, how many times we looked on Twitter and seen something about, you know, something a black person did in our lives and stuff like that we didn't even know because we wasn't taught in school? A lot. Well, for me, a lot. I've seen a lot of people bring up some facts and stuff. I'm like, well, I never even knew that. And why? Because I didn't take time out to research things on our own. Like, we already know this system isn't a good system, especially for us. Like, they're not telling us about, when in school, for me, the most thing that I learned is that black people were slaves. And we had some heroes that everybody always named, but some people didn't name a lot of other people who did something for us as well. Like, we just learned, like, you know, the popular stuff, basically, that you can, I don't know, just the surface. We didn't really dig deep in stuff like that. Like, I remember being in history, world history, and like, okay, so basically, I'm really not a history person, because I feel like the teacher's just always talking, and I'm just sitting here, and in my mind starts, you know, drifting off, which is why you have to find self-discipline, because you need to discipline yourself to like pay attention. We all have like kind of like a little short attention span. We have to learn how to pay attention to a person, and you will have to teach yourself that. Like, it's just, even with the stuff that you don't want to learn, you just have to teach yourself how to pay attention and be present in the moment, or else you're just gonna continue to live in the future or in the past, never in the present. But I forgot what I was saying. Basically, like there's a lot of research and stuff that we have to do on our own. Which I mean, I feel like it ain't always right if we have to do it on our own. Well, especially when they come to school, like come on now. But like I said, we already know the school system is just something else. So we have to do this research on ourselves. I mean, we do this research on ourselves, and then when people do research, let's say, cause this is something I feel strongly about. Let's say somebody do research and this, that, and the third. They learn so much and they do a lot of research, and they come out to the world and they try to tell the world, everybody in the world, like, this person tripping, this person crazy, this person this and the third. But it's like you trying to tell somebody who crazy, who did hella research and seen proof about all the stuff that he said or she said, and because you so systemized, you so in the system and the programs that people taught you, that you feel like you can't think on your own. You can't think that maybe that person is telling the truth. Or maybe I need to research it myself and see what's going on. But instead, you automatically like, that person tripping, that person crazy. You get the defensive or whatever about whatever they said, and it's like, it's because we are systemized, y'all. Like, have a brain of your own. Do research on your own. Like, it's a lot about this world that we do not know. Why? Because they don't want us to know. And so, but it'd be a lot of stuff but it'd be a lot of stuff in the books and online that we can actually have access to. We just don't, because we believe that stuff is weird, or it's, doesn't align with God, and this, that, and the third. So I just be like, and I'm an open person. Like, I can listen to somebody who, might say something that's off the wall. I can listen to them and hear them out, because in reality, like, you are basing what you learn from teachers, which is from the system, and from your parents. And I'm gonna set it off with this. Gotta add that. Oops, I think I added too much. I want to talk to y'all more, but I feel like I'm already all over the place. And I don't really like that. And I don't like it. But I know I gotta go somewhere tonight, so I can't keep trying to make this video over and over and over and over. Not tonight, but I gotta go somewhere today. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Look at my girl. Come on, girl. Come through, Black. Come through. My Black queen right here. This video is long. But, okay, it's about 40 minutes. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to stop this. And when I finish, I'm going to show you guys. And then, that's going to be it. But that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you was able to catch up and keep and understand. I know I'm probably all over the place, and I really wanted it to be nicely organized. But maybe I can make another video about this, because y'all be wanting to view my video anyway. And thanks for watching my video, and I will see y'all in the next video. Please tell me in the comment section what other videos y'all would like me to do. And thanks for watching.